Okay, for this last problem, we're being asked to draw the graph of a function that has the following characteristics. All right, we're told that we have an infinite discontinuity at x equals 5. So what we can do is come over here and we can draw this asymptote. We can draw this vertical line at x equals 5 to indicate our infinite discontinuity. Okay. The next part tells us that we're bounded below and we have a range, right? And this should be parentheses, not a bracket, right? It's told that we have a range from -7 to infinity and we're bounded below. So what that means is I'm going to have some value that I do not go below for my function. Okay? And if that's the case, and we're told that we also have a removable discontinuity at x equals -5, then I have to start to put these pieces together so I can draw my function. There are lots of options that I could have. I'm going to look to keep things fairly simple. I'm going to come over here and x is -5. I'm going to draw a circle there to indicate my removable discontinuity. I'm not told anything about my domain. All I'm told about is that I have some value that I do not go below, and that value I do not go below happens to be -7. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to plot a point at -7 because it says that I am inclusive of that point at -7. And I'm going to come in and let's say that my function maybe looks a little something like this. Right, I'm not given other information, but I believe that if I draw my function to look a little something like this, I would satisfy all of the criteria. Okay, and notice that I read through the criteria and anything that I could draw immediately, I went ahead and drew in. The infinite discontinuity, right, I drew in this vertical line. Later on, we're going to call it a vertical asymptote. Okay. Because I'm bounded below, I have to consider that there is some value I do not go below, and that lower bound based on my range is -7. So I went ahead and chose to plot a point there at -7. Right? My function goes to infinity, and of course it has to go to infinity if I have an infinite discontinuity and I'm bounded below. And so you see that information graphically here. And then we also have this removable discontinuity, and so I made the hole to represent that removable discontinuity. Okay? As you work through the pre-calculus course, always be sure to ask questions for clarification as needed.